news for you Colts fans out there. They're re-signing T.Y. Hilton, excuse me, to a 1 year, $10 million contract, which includes $8 million guaranteed. And before I go on with this, this was reported by Adam Schefter via his agents Jason and Michael Katz. And there is a quote from T.Y. Hilton himself on Twitter. This is what he had to say about it. And I quote, "One thing I know about this city is that they love me and I love them." I'm sorry, he punctuates a lot with the periods and whatnot. It just looks really weird. Anyway, I listen to all the songs. I read all the tweets. I will cherish this forever. It's only right I finish what I started. That so many periods in that for whatever reason. That's not important. Anyway, I'll start off with you first, Mario. What do you think of the Colts re-signing T.Y. Hilton?
Well, first, congratulations to T.Y. Hilton on staying with the Indianapolis Colts. Like he said, he loves them and the team loves him as well. 31 years old, 756 yards and 5 TDs. Look, man, I'm gonna say it right now. He's had 2 seasons where he hasn't had a 100-yard game. I don't think T.Y. Hilton is the same wide receiver that he was. It's
Right.
that till it's showing pretty quickly. Obviously, you got they got new guys coming in like Ali Cox, the tight end. They have Michael Pittman is another guy. Michael Pittman has been playing very, very good, so he could end up becoming a number one wide receiver for the Indianapolis Colts. Um, Look, T.Y. Hilton is the type of guy that I would like to see in an Indianapolis Colts jersey for the rest of his career.
Right.
Keep it real like that. I mean, hey, look, if he were to go to the Vikings, I got no problem with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you would have a problem if you went to the Panthers neither. But
Mm-mm.
like as an analyst standpoint, the best place for him to stay is the Indianapolis Colts. Do I think that's going to happen? No, I think next year he's going to be on a different team, in my opinion. Okay, like for instance, like there's just certain guys that I feel like should never leave there, like should stay on one team. Peyton Manning was one of those guys. Tom Brady was one of those guys. Um, Too bad, unfortunately, they obviously went to different teams, but those were
Thomas
guys that
Davis
I
was one of those guys too,
Thomas Davis,
and
right,
Greg
and then
Olson too. So,
yeah, Greg Olson, right. Like there's a lot of guys I feel like could have stayed on one team for the rest of their career and they should have. T.Y. Hilton is definitely one of those guys. I feel like, but I mean, I see it next year. I see it next year going to a different team. Unless he has a bounce back year. Unless he has a bounce back prime year, and then they end up keeping him for longer years, which is easily possible for T.Y. Hilton. You know what I'm saying? It's just he's had 2 very very bad years, and it looks like a decline to me. Well, T.Y. Hilton, I'm hoping that this year you can shut me up and have a good year. Simple as that. Like, you know what I'm saying? We don't wish no harm upon any player. We don't wish, well, I hope this guy over here has a bad season. We never say that. We always wish that we see athletes play at the peak of whatever their peak is. And we always hope that we can see athletes perform at a very high level because it's entertaining to us as fans. T.Y. Hilton, in his prime, has been a very, very entertaining wide receiver. And it seems like in Indianapolis, Nate, have you noticed like this always happens? Like where you find a star wide receiver and then another star comes in, and then the original star just ends up kind of going do it downhill. Like let's start with like Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne. Reggie Wayne comes in, Marvin Harrison starts taking that downhill. Reggie Wayne and T.Y. Hilton. T.Y. Hilton comes in, Reggie Wayne takes that downhill. It looks like T.Y. Hilton and Michael Pittman. Michael Pittman's starting to rise, T.Y. Hilton's starting to fall. You get what I'm saying? Indianapolis, it just seems like that's like the whole like that's the norm. It seems like that's the norm. A new star comes in, and then the old star just ends up declining. I hope that don't happen to T.Y. Hilton. Because when T.Y. Hilton is playing great, he is playing absolutely great. The man is an absolutely amazing wide receiver when he is in his prime, when he is playing at his peak. But the past 2 seasons, Nate, like let's be honest here, he hasn't been playing at his peak. He hasn't. I'm gonna pull up the stats right now. Like obviously, I gave you last year's stats, but like I just want to check out the 2 seasons that he's had. Hang on. He has had in 2019, he had 501 yards and 5 TDs. So he obviously made improvement from last year. But like looking at the other years, 2018, he had 1,270 yards with 6 TDs. He had 966 yards in 2017. He had 1,400 yards in 2016 with 6 TDs. Like it's 1,300 yards in 2014. You look at all those yards, Nate, in the 1,300s, the 1,400s, the 1,200s, those are significantly better than the 662 he had last year. You know? So I don't know. In my opinion, yeah, it looks like T.Y. Hilton's starting to take that downhill. I hope that this year he can have a resurgence and end up going back to that prime T.Y. Hilton that he is. But I mean, if he doesn't, I would not be surprised if T.Y. Hilton is no longer an Indianapolis Colt. But I would like for him to stay as a Colt. So with that being said, I wish the Indianapolis Colts the best of luck. I wish T.Y. Hilton the best of luck, and we'll see how this season turns out for them.
Yeah, right. I'll pick up from there. Congratulations to T.Y. Hilton. I wish him the best of luck in Indianapolis. Yeah, man, I absolutely agree with you, and there's really not a lot for me to point out. He is a four-time Pro Bowler. He's hit the 1,000-yard receiving mark 5 times in his career. So you could make a case for, after his career, he could be a Hall of Famer. You could make a case for that. Um, as for the rest of his career, he's had 608 career receptions, 9,360 yards, 50 touchdowns. He's had an average of 15.4 yards per catch. But obviously, you're absolutely right. T.Y. Hilton's not the same player, that he used to be a few years back. And um, obviously that's gonna happen. He's 31 years old. Football. You look at other sports. You look at hockey, you look at baseball and basketball. You know, a lot of things that those sports have that football doesn't is longevity. And I know in some positions players are have a lot of longevity. Like the quarterback position, you can have longevity. That's proven with Tom Brady, Ben Roethlisberger. He's still playing. Philip Rivers played for quite a long time. He played, I think, it was like 17 seasons. Peyton Manning played for a long time as well.
You can even point to Ryan Fitzpatrick. As much as he's been a
Yeah,
backup, that
he's played.
longevity is really turned down in his career.
He's played. Yeah, right. He's played 14 seasons. And you look at the kicking spot. You look at Adam Vinatieri. He played like 24 seasons in the NFL, which is truly, truly insane. That's a number. That's a feat you will never hear of in football. Some guys' careers last to only like 8, 10 years. You got this guy playing for 24 years. That's only because you can make an argument that's just a kicker, which you do have a point there. But obviously, I hope T.Y. Hilton doesn't decline. I hope that like you said, I hope it doesn't happen. But at the same time, when you're a wide receiver at 31 years old, you kind of expect it, even though you don't want to see it happen. And like we said, we don't wish to see players decline because we love to see them do what they do. That's the entertaining part of it. But like I said, if you're like a running back or a wide receiver at 31 years old and all you're doing is running, obviously that's going to take a toll on you, especially when you're 31 years old in the NFL, taking all those hits and whatever. But honestly, I wish T.Y. Hilton the best of luck. I hope he stays with the Indianapolis Colts for as long as he can. I wish the Indianapolis Colts the best of luck this year, and I'm excited to see how they play this season.